know. Vaibhav, could you let me know if you've, started preparing for your SATs? Are you looking for SATs? And I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Could you tell me if you've started preparing for SATs or are you looking to give your SATs? Yash has joined. Hi, Yash. How are you doing? Yash, just type it in the chat box. If you're there, just type in a hey, so I know you're here. I don't know how to prepare for ICTs. Okay, so Ragi, you've come to the right place. That's the first thing I could say, because at our masterclasses, we kind of give you a glimpse of, what we teach and how to teach it. So like we teach the entire syllabus basically. So I think you'll get some idea by attending our masterclass. The one advice I could give on how to prepare for SATs is start with the concepts first, because SAT is not just like an equational exam. It's not only about like focusing on hardcore academics or focusing on hardcore equations in math or stuff like that. SATs is basically about applying concepts and how smart you are at applying them. So start with your concepts, go through the syllabus of SAT first things first. Start with where you think you understand this concept, go online, talk about it. Mathematical language concepts, both, Sarvagya, both. Even when it comes to verbal, it's all about understanding how verbal concepts work, how nouns, verbs, everything, like how pronouns are work. Like in today's masterclass is about the verbal masterclass. So you'll get to have an understanding. And we also take up we also take up SCT math masterclasses as well. So you can attend them as well in terms of how to prepare. But yeah, there are also guides in the market. I think Kaplan SCT Prep Guide is one of the best guides that you can start with in terms of just starting on how to prepare with SCT. So I think, yeah, that's the one thing I can advise. Meanwhile, hey, Yash, I haven't seen a hi from you. It's the best thing, Sarvagya, is that you don't have to buy it. If you join our course, we'll be providing you. We'll literally deliver it to you to your house at your doorstep if you join our courses. So yeah, with the registration of the course, we also provide you with the book. So yeah. Meanwhile, are there any other questions, Sarvag, you have about SCTs or college applications, admissions? Anything at all? You have a doubt, you can ask me. No doubts? All right. Hey, Yash, good to know that you're here. How are you doing? And welcome, guys, to our masterclasses. Hope you have fun tonight. Yash, first of all, how are you doing? And second of all, have you started preparing for your SCTs, or are you looking forward to give SCT attempts? Are you planning to give SCT attempts? And both of you all, do you know when the SCT attempts are hosted in India? For Indian students, it's 5 times a year. So it starts in March. One is coming up in May, which is in 2 days, 7th of May. Then we have one in August, in October, and in December for this year. So yeah. Are there any questions you all want to ask? Or it can be about anything, not just SATs, but also about, college applications. There's a lot goes on behind admission procedures and stuff. So I can help you all with that as well. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the chat box. And I can wait. It can be like any questions. What are AP classes? All right. So, Sarvagya, AP is basically an extra academic course which you can take up, which really looks good on your profile. But AP courses are kind of harder than the normal courses that you must have been studying in your school. So AP courses are one level up. So let's say that you have a particular field in mind that you want to pursue. And if there is a AP course that's related to it, AP is basically advanced placement. So advanced placement courses prepare you for your future undergraduate degree. And it looks really good on your profile when you submit your profile to the universities, or when you tell your universities that you've actually done an AP course, it looks really good. So AP is a extra academic course. There are a lot of categories. Like you can choose a lot of fields. There are fields for coding, there are fields for mathematics, field for physics, field for science, for biology, for medical, a lot of the courses. But it's just a course. It's a 4 to 6 month course, Sarvagya. So yeah, I hope I answered that question. Or should I elaborate further on AP classes? Because I could do that for you. Meanwhile, Ankit has joined. Hey, Ankit, how are you doing? Is it online? Sarvagya, that depends, right? So AP courses mostly can be taken up online if you apply for the AP courses, but you can also ask your school or the college that you're studying in for AP courses. So they might also take it offline for you all. But yeah, it can work both ways, Sarvagya. Hey, Ankit, how are you doing? How's everything going on your end? Ankit, we've just been discussing questions related to SATs and academics and universities and colleges. So yeah, if there are any questions that you would want to ask, Ankit, you can go ahead and ask. Same goes for Yash. If you have any doubts, you can go ahead and ask. Meanwhile, we'll be starting in 7 minutes, guys. Also, okay, if you all don't have a question, I have a question for you. Could you mention which grade you all are in? Because that way I can like advise you about like how to further prepare for SATs. Okay, I'm doing great. From tomorrow onwards, I'll be preparing for ICT plus by Leap Scholar. I just subscribed yesterday and tomorrow. Oh, that's perfect, Yash. First of all, thank you for joining us. And second of all, we welcome you. It's going to be great fun. If you're taking a Leap Plus course, then it's going to be epic fun with all our faculty. So yeah, and hopefully, Yash, you will achieve your dreams for with us. That's something that we are guaranteeing. So yeah. How to get into Harvard? Ankit, that's an amazing question. Okay, so since you have talked about Sarvagya, I'll come to your question. First of all, Ankit, how to get into Harvard? Harvard is an Ivy League college and it's the top ranked school in the world. It stands on the third position in global rankings, right? Everyone knows Harvard. How to get into it for undergraduate courses? So, two things. Your profile is made 50% on your academic scores and SET scores and 50% on your extracurriculars. So when you focus on your academics, you have to focus on your grades from 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. They look up to those 4 grades. And then they also see your SET scores. Or if you've taken IELTS or TOEFL, or if you've taken AP courses, they also look up to that. They see 50% of how excellent you are as a student academically. And then the next 50% is something that they focus on more, and that is the extracurriculars. So extracurriculars is a vast field. It's basically about what you've done to develop leadership skills, to develop your personality traits, characteristics. Extracurriculars can be volunteering work, internships, or sports. Sports is something that Harvard really cares about. And if you've taken up different courses that are not related to your school academics, but you've taken them up, all of this has been like something that Harvard has been focusing on. So how to get into Harvard? There's a long procedure to it. But the first step towards is clear your SAT scores. The earlier, the better. Start focusing on your extracurriculars. Focus on what you can do to showcase to them that you are an all-rounder and build your profile. Profile development is something that's so important when it comes to university applications. So I hope I answered it for you, Ankit. Coming to Sarvag's question, what's the minimum grade? Sarvagya, I'm not sure I get it. You're asking minimum grade for what? In terms of your school percentage or in terms of SAT score? Just clear that up. If you're talking about minimum SAT score required, there is no like as such eligibility criteria. But if you get a score above, say, 1350 plus, almost all state universities will be willing to, help you get into their college. And a score of 1350 or 1350 plus is considered a good SAT score. Yash had asked, does grade 11th mark matter that much? Because I think my grades maybe now it's fine to have a... Okay, so Yash, 11th standard marks do matter. Like I said, look, even if you're hesitant that maybe your 11th standard or 9th standard grades are a little low below the mark for what is required for your university, if you focus on building your extracurricular profile better, then that might just help you get into the college. Marks is not everything, guys. You need to understand that only 50% weightage is given to marks. So most important marks is basically what they do is they take up an average of 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So let's say your 11th marks are a little less, but if you score really well in 12th, in 9th, and in 10th, so your average, clears that out. It balances out. So they don't focus particularly on a particular standard grade. Instead, they take an average of all of the 4 classes I've mentioned. So I hope that answered it. Ankit, what is AP? AP is advanced placement. They are basically courses that are one level higher, and it's basically help that these courses help you get into undergraduate colleges. It holds a lot of credit in terms of university. Sarvag, you're saying he'll tell you it's not like that, Sarvag. That's what I said. Grades matter up to the mark, but it's not like just okay. Two things. Just because let's say you were an academic genius. Let's say you were like a 95% plus scorer. That is not the only thing that'll get you into the admissions. First things first, you'll need to understand. And let's say you've scored around 70 or like 75% plus. So even if you scored 75% plus, of course, it's not a high rank percentage. But if you have a really good profile, if you have really good like extracurriculars, sports, internships, volunteering works, or like social work, all of this will also help you get into the college. So yeah. And Mohammed, you didn't. Good evening. Hey there. Good evening. Can you tell about AP exams and related benefits that they have to offer? Yes, Mohammed. So AP exams are a bit tougher. They are much tougher than your normal academic syllabus exams. AP courses are specifically curated courses for 4 to 6 months. And the benefits of AP is that the college understands how sincere you are with your academics and what you're pursuing in your field. So if you take up an AP course that's maybe related to your future academic career, it does help and it gives a lot of credit to your profile. So if the university understands that you belong to an AP course and that you've scored so and so marks, it does help you get more edge over other students that are applying for the same university. I hope I answered that. A lot of AP questions, but yeah, I hope I answered that. So guys, you have 1 minute to ask any doubt that pops up in your head regarding your university's applications or SATs. Go ahead and type it. If not, you can keep thinking about your questions and I can take them up at the end of the masterclass as well. That's all right. But in a minute, we'll be starting our masterclasses. It's okay. So it's already 4. I think we can start our masterclass with something that will give you more understanding of SCTs. So ma'am, could we please move to the introduction slide? Yes, thank you. So welcome everyone to our English masterclasses. And today we have Lalita Manjunath ma'am with us. She's an engineer and an MBA postgraduate who is turned into an academician with 25 years of experience in the field of academic training and more than 7 years of experience in training students for SET, for IELTS, GRE, and GMAT. And she has trained thousands, if not hundreds, of Indian and international students in study abroad test preparations for all of the above mentioned tests. She's conducted corporate training in written and spoken communication skills to several of the esteemed MNCs and private organizations. And she has also designed books. She's designed content for these trainings and was awarded appreciation for excellence in corporate training. She's been rated a 5-star tutor at Urban Pro. And today, Lalita ma'am is here to teach you and to give you a glimpse a bit more about verbal and how it works in the SAT exam. And she's here to help you through it and to help you achieve your dream score. With that, I welcome you, ma'am, and hope you guys have an amazing evening with us.
Hi, everyone.
Ma'am, your voice is a bit low.
That's, I think, because of the rain. There's a lot of rain outside. Can you people hear me? Hello?
I can hear you. Yep.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Umme. I feel like saying tan tan tara after your introduction. Thank you so much. Please say yes in the chat box, students, if you can hear me, because whatever I have to say is extremely important. Please keep your loudspeakers at the highest possible volume. Yash Patil, glad to know that you're going to join us in regular at our webinars. But why are you attending the MCs, man? Still, why are you attending the master classes? Oh, thank you all. Thank you for confirming that I'm audible. Okay. So again, once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. So let's start. Okay, what are we waiting for? Are there any repeat attendees here apart from Yash Patil? Anybody else? Any repeat? Ankit Oja, are you a repeat attendee? Anyway, whether you are repeat attendees, which in which case we are flattered that you like our MCs and you're coming back to them, or if you're new to us, whatever it be, a warm welcome to all of you. Okay, now time to get to business. Okay. Now, yeah, okay, fine, Ankit. Look at the screen now. Read whatever is given on the screen and tell me any observation that you have. Okay, read. I've got a sentence on the screen with a funny picture. A tailor's guarantee. If the smallest hole appears in our tailored suit after 6 months wear, we will make another absolutely free. Anything you all can observe. 10 seconds to type in your answer. Anything you observe here? Anybody? I will wait for 10 seconds. What is this? What are you seeing on the screen? Is there anything funny about this sentence? The suit ripped, yes, of course, that's obvious, yes. Yes, Sarvage. But there's a big hole is visible. I'm asking about the sentence, my dear students. The figure, yes, it is self-explanatory. What does the sentence say? If the smallest hole appears in our tailored suit after 6 months wear, we will make another absolutely free. So anything strange, anything funny here? Another what? What do you think this word another means here? No, 6 months wearing, that is besides the point, Ankit. That is not the focus area now. What does this tailor mean by another? It's the tailor's loss. Okay. Okay, you're going into the commercial aspect of it. The tailor means to say we will make another what? What do you think the tailor wants to make? He's ready to make another suit. But when you just put another here, is there any other meaning you can derive from the sentence? Could it be understood in any other way? We will make another absolutely free. What? Another hole. Exactly. No. We will, if the smallest hole appears in our suit, we will make another hole. That's also a way of interpreting this sentence. Got it? Thank you for laughing, Sarvagi. Okay. Now, why was this sentence? What do you say? Why was it possible for us to interpret the sentence in two ways? Because the tailor, in his anxiety to please customers, didn't bother about pronouns so much. So people would have laughed at this if they had understood it as another hole, and nobody would have come near the tailor, right? So he could have not just lost customers, he would have lost a lot of customers, right? So that's why you need to know pronouns. So this, you should put another suit. Then he would have been in the clear, right? There would have been no confusion at all. So by missing one word, he left it open for interpretation. Did you get the idea, students? Have you got the joke here? Okay, so what is important? What's our topic for today? Any guesses? I need you all to answer. I need lots of answers. Yeah, what's the topic for today then? What did the tailor not know? He didn't know how to use what? Type your answer quickly. Pronouns, right? So become a pro at pronouns. Today our topic is pronouns. Okay. Yes, Ankit, you're right. So what are we going to do? What's on our agenda today? We have a quiz. This quiz is very important because I think if you have attended some of our master classes, you know we don't focus only on teaching SAT questions. We realize that students need skill building to attend to these questions and get them right. So we start with a quiz generally, which is a skill building activity. And we are going to do some SAT questions from which we are going to have some grammar takeaways. And then we have a surprise at the end. Okay, now it's quiz time. I want you to try very quickly. I'll give you 10 seconds or maybe 20 seconds. Just take a paper and write your answers, A, B, for each answer, A or B, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, quickly. I'll give you 20 seconds and I'm going to start counting now. You just have to read the sentence and quickly put A or B in your answer. Don't put it in the chat box because there are 6 questions, right? When I ask you for each question, you can type in your answer. Quickly write down your answers on a sheet of paper. Okay, 5 seconds more. Okay, now I'm going to go on to the next screen. We'll take up the questions one by one. Now, when I ask you question 1, you can type in your answer. Okay, Mohammed, don't type all the answers now. We'll go question by question. That will be clearer. Okay, so let's look at the first one. After drying your dog with a towel, be sure to drop it or the towel in the washing machine. What do I want? To drop it or the towel? What should I put? Which is the answer I should choose? It or the towel? The towel. Why can't I put it here? Because it could mean just like the tailor's another could mean suit or hole. It could mean the dog or the towel, because in English, the word it can be used to denote a thing or an animal. So when in doubt, I told you, what should the tailor have done? He should have said another suit. Similarly, here it's better to be specific. Otherwise, dogs would go inside the washing machine and animal lovers will have a very bad day, right? So dog is, you should not allow the sentence to be interpreted wrongly. So this sentence, the correct answer should be the towel. Though it is not wrong, it can. If it is a correct pronoun grammatically, the meaning would be clearer if you use the word the towel, right? Okay, I'm going on to the next question. Aunt Agatha will cook anything that you pick from her garden. Just wash them or it so that you do not dirty her pristine counter. A or B? Just wash it or them. Okay, what do you mean by them, Mohammed? What is the meaning of them? Quickly, what is them here? What is the meaning of them here? What do you mean by them here? Probably you're thinking of veg things from the garden. But here, if I look at the question, anything here is an indefinite pronoun. Okay. And when I have anything, everything, something, somebody, anybody, and I have someone, anyone, everyone, all these words which end with thing, one or body, they are always singular. All the words that end with thing, one or body, anything, something, everything, all these are always singular. So then now should it be them or it? Them or it? Singular. Which is singular between them and it? It. So it is the answer. Got it? Okay. So I have to choose a pronoun which agrees with its antecedent. Antecedent is the word that the pronoun replaces. So you were right when you said anything. It or them represents anything, replaces anything, but it has to be singular because this is a singular pronoun. Okay, good. Whom or whom made these amazing burgers? A or B? Quick. A or B here? A, that's right. We will discuss why. We'll go to the reason later. We will be discussing this in our class. Good. And I do not know with who or with whom, A or B. With whom or who I will go to the party. For question 4, A or B? B, very good. Well done. Let's go to question 5. So these are about subject and object pronouns, which also we will try to touch upon in this class. Okay, now let's come to question 5. Are you Harry Potter fans? Any of you here? Any Harry Potter fans here? Yes? Oh, great, sir. Okay. Okay, I finally go to the chapter where Harry Potter kills Voldemort, or in which Harry Potter kills Voldemort. A or B? Oh, yes, Preet. Good. Me too. In which is the answer. Where is wrong? But why? Don't we speak like this all the time? Yes. But on the SAT, the SAT doesn't test spoken English. It tests written English. Where should be used only when we are talking about a physical location, like a helipad, like a room, like a garden, a physical place, okay, not for anything else. Good. Okay, so this is a relative pronoun and we will discuss these also. Coming to the last question. Is there anything wrong with this sentence? Say yes or no. The union workers were angry with their supervisor because of the size of their pay raise. Correct or wrong the sentence? Quickly. Yes, correct or wrong? Say right or wrong. Why suddenly no answers? It's correct. Okay, again, this is the case of the tailor and his making another free. Here, you have a pronoun there. What is the antecedent? Whose supervisors are we talking about here? Whose supervisors? Whose supervisors are we talking about? Union workers. So there refers to union workers. Now you have about the size of their pay raise. So you may understand this there also to be the union workers' pay raise. But what if the supervisors had got a very huge pay raise and the union workers were angry about that? Could be possible. So this sentence can be understood in two ways. Now you may say, no, this is the way I understand it. But I may feel that can you hear me, students? Okay, now can you hear me? Now can you hear me, students? Now you can hear me. Good. Thank you so much. Sorry, there is a power problem in my area. So just give me 1 second. Yeah. So what were we talking about? Yeah. So this is a question of ambiguous pronoun. Now, are you sure you can all hear me? Can I continue? Yeah. Okay. So let me continue. So this is an ambiguous. What is the meaning of ambiguous, students? What do you mean by ambiguous? Does anyone know? Ambiguous means vague or not clear. Ambiguous means vague or not clear. Okay. Okay. So it's confusing. Yes, ambiguous could mean confusing. Okay, so well done. Did any of you get 6 on 6 for this? I hope so. If not, did you learn anything through this activity? Did you learn anything through this activity? Yes, no, maybe? You learned. Thank you, Sarvagye. Thank you for your responses. Okay, now let's go on. Now let's define what a pronoun is, because we want to become pros at pronouns, right? Who's a pro? What is pro? What's a pro? Or who is a pro? Expert. Yeah, so we are all trying to become an expert at pronouns. Oh, what's a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. And the noun to which the pronoun refers is called the antecedent. Okay, in this sentence, which is the antecedent in this sentence? Which is the antecedent? Just type the antecedent in the chat box. Bob, perfect. So you understood the meaning of antecedent. Great. We know what pronouns are. Now what should we do? We have to go on to pronoun questions on the SAT. We have looked at a few concepts in the initial activity. Now, if we come across any points which are worth revising or learning, we will extract them from these questions. So we are going to do some SAT questions now. Okay. Now let's look at this question. This is a question from the writing and language section of the SAT. From the English section. The English section has reading and writing and language. So the writing and language section tests grammar, which is why we are learning pronouns today. So here I have an extract from a passage. I have a short excerpt from a passage. So we have to read this. There is an underlined part here. If you feel the underlined part is correct, you will choose A. And if you feel no, the underlined part is wrong, then you will choose whatever answer you feel is right. Okay, great, Sarvagya, I'm happy. Okay, now let's look at this question. Okay. First, what is the first step? Read. So I'm going to read. And you're also going to read in your minds or in your house. Upon the arrival of the digital camera, professional photographers harumphed that they produced ugly, low-resolution images. Okay. So the next step is compare answer choices. Okay. The next step is compare answer choices. They is one answer choice. It, one, he or she. What are these things? What is changing in the answer choices? What's changing in these answer choices? Words are changing. What kind of words are changing? Quickly. Preet, Sarvagya, anybody else? Yash. Pronouns are changing. So whenever you see an underlined pronoun, students, remember, this is a tip. Whenever you see an underlined pronoun, check its antecedent. What is the antecedent of day here? What produced ugly low resolution images? What is the antecedent of they here? What is the antecedent? The camera, the digital camera. Now, digital camera is singular or plural? Digital camera, singular or plural? Quick, quick. Singular. So, what can I eliminate here? What answer choices can I eliminate? I can eliminate A. No, I can eliminate A because it is they, and they is always plural. So A is gone. Now, do I need it or one or he or she? It can't be he or she because it can't be he or she. Yes, you are right. We have to eliminate that because the camera is not a person. Between it and one does not fit here. It is correct because it replaces the digital camera. So the correct answer is B. Got it? So what is this question testing? This question is testing something we call pronoun agreement. So the antecedent and the noun it replaces should be, if it is singular, the antecedent is singular, the pronoun should be singular. If the antecedent is plural, the pronoun should be plural. I just tested you on what is antecedent. Remember, I asked you which is the antecedent for this sentence, correct? And you told me Bob is the antecedent. So what is the antecedent? The noun to which the pronoun refers. The noun which the pronoun replaces is called the antecedent. Got it, Lisa? Yes, Lisa, did you understand? Okay, great. So I'm going to continue because we have to do 35. In 35 minutes, you have to do 44 questions on the SAT. So we don't have too much time to spend on each question. As soon as we've understood, we can go on to the next question. Okay, so let's look at this question. What should I do first here? What is the first step? Read the sentence, right? I have to read the sentence. So I'm going to read and you're going to read too. The bacteria have evolved to use hydrogen sulfide instead of sunlight for the energy that drives their metabolic processes, and the hydrothermal venting is the source of the chemical soup necessary to support him or her. That sounds weird. What should I do next? After reading the sentence, what should I do next? Give me the next step. What's the next step? Cut the. No, don't cut the. Don't cut. Cut the wrong answer. No, the next step is compare answer choices. So compare answer choices. Answer choice A is him or her. Then we have One, them, and it. Okay. What should I do when I see an underlined pronoun? Find the, what should I find? Find the antecedent. So what is the antecedent of him or her? Bacteria. Very good. Now, is bacteria singular or plural? I want everyone to participate in this. Is bacteria singular or plural? Quick. Singular. Singular. Okay. Bacterium is singular. Bacteria is plural. But even if I'm not sure, there is another way I can guess. How do you know it's plural, Preet? Here. What tells you that bacteria is plural in this sentence? How do you know it's plural here? Have is used. Wonderful, Sarvagi. Perfect. Have is used, which is a plural verb. So this is plural. So what can I eliminate here? It is plural. So what can I eliminate here? Sorry, there also. Yes, wonderful. Very good observation. So what can I eliminate? Quickly, I can eliminate one. I can eliminate him or her. Bacteria is not a him or her. I can eliminate it. So the correct answer is, there's only one answer which is plural here, right? So no, you can't eliminate A, B, C. You have to eliminate A, B, and D. The correct answer is C. Why are you all giving me wrong answers after you understood? Is it clear, or should I explain it again? Bacteria is plural, so I have to eliminate all the singular answers. Him or her is singular, and bacteria is not people anyway. B is wrong and D is wrong. The correct answer is C. This question is also testing. So the last step is process of elimination. So this question is also testing something we call pronoun agreement. Okay, let's go on. Okay, now again, first step is what? What is the first step? Read the sentence. Then compare answer choices. Figure out what the question is testing you and eliminate the wrong answers. Okay, so let's read, and as I read, please read. In 2013, Tallinn instituted fare free rides for city residents, but car use in Tallinn has only slightly declined, as a 2014 study found that car traffic in Tallinn was down less than 3% since it was enacted. Okay, there is an underlined pronoun. And when I look at the answer choices, I can see pronouns changing. So what is the question testing? Pronouns. What is the antecedent of it here? Now I want your answers. What is the antecedent of it? Traffic. Traffic was enacted. What do you mean by enacted? Policy. Okay, it could mean, so some people are saying traffic, some people are saying policy. So there are car use, it could be car use, but only a policy can be enacted. You are right. However, the fact that there are so many different answers means that this pronoun is not clear. It is confusing. And is it singular or plural? It. Singular or plural? It. The word it. This pronoun is it's singular. And there are many singular nouns here. For example, there are many more singular nouns. Sweden, Royal Institute, study, all kind of singular nouns are there in this paragraph. So in such cases, though it is correct, better to be specific, like the tailor. Remember, the tailor and his another will be provided free of cost. Nobody wants that to be understood as the whole, another free whole, like that. To avoid such confusion, what do you need to do? Use a specific noun. Don't use a pronoun. So when there is lack of clarity, or when it is not clear what the antecedent is, use the specific noun, like the tailor should say another coat will be provided. Okay, got it? So the policy, I think very good. Those who answered right, congratulations. D is the correct answer. What is this question testing? It is testing pronoun precision. Precision means accuracy. Precision is the opposite of ambiguity. Do you understand, students? Grammar-wise, there's nothing really wrong with the word it. but it doesn't give clarity of meaning. So we need to choose the specific noun over pronoun. Understand or not? Did you understand this? Can I go on? Please say yes in the chat box if you understood. Thank you. Okay. Any one more yes I would like to see, then I will proceed. Did you understand? Yes. Okay, great, Lisa. Thank you. So what we've seen so far is pronoun agreement and pronoun precision. Precision is the opposite of ambiguity. We want precision. We don't want ambiguity. Okay, they are both the two sides of the same coin, just two ways of expressing something. So what are the grammar takeaways? I'm just going to summarize them. We've already discussed them. I've already explained them. But to become professors, professionals, experts, whatever, to become pros, pronoun agreement, right? What is agreement? Okay, let's look at this sentence. People often misuse pronouns, especially when we speak. Which is the pronoun in this sentence? Quick. Thank you, Abhijay. Thank you, Mohammed. And thank you, all the others. Which is the pronoun in this? The faster you are, the more questions we can do. Which is the pronoun in this sentence? Which is the pronoun in this sentence? We, yeah. What is the antecedent of we? What's the antecedent of we? What is the antecedent of we? People. So what should come here? Is this correct? It is not. What should come here? People is third person. They. Very good. So this is wrong. So what is pronoun agreement? A pronoun must agree in number and gender with its antecedent. Now everyone knows the meaning of antecedent. Nobody is going to ask me. Now what is pronoun precision? Precision means accuracy. Opposite of what word? Precision is the opposite of? Is the opposite of, I already told you just now. I'm just testing your ambiguity. Yes, very good. So John found a $10 bill in a wallet outside his school, so he kept it. Which is the pronoun in this? Quick answers. Which is the pronoun here? He, okay, but he refers to John, so fine. It refers to, can possibly refer to wallet or the bill or even the school. Yeah, if you really want to argue, you can say it could be school. So to avoid such confusion, we should say he kept the money or he kept the bill or he kept the wallet. Whatever it is, you should give a specific noun so that the ambiguity is eliminated. So pronouns must always have a clear antecedent. If they don't, we should use the specific noun instead of the pronoun. This is tested a lot on the SAT. Okay. Now, and one more thing, as I already told you, a specific noun like the wallet or the free coat, another coat or another suit, in the case of our funny tailor at the beginning of our class, if you use a specific noun, it is more precise than an ambiguous pronoun. Got it? What's the meaning of precise? Fast, I want to see some answers. What's the meaning of precise? Precise means, yes, accuracy, accurate. Yeah, precise is the adjective form. So these are the grammar takeaways. You can take a screenshot if you wish of this quickly, and then we will move on. So are you learning anything in this session, students? Yes? I hope you've taken the screenshot. Yeah, are you learning anything? So let's do one more quick question. Okay. Now again, what should I do first? First, I have to read the sentence, which has the underlined part. Okay, this I'm going to do faster because now you all have become a bit of pros, right? You have become experts. So to take a wet plate photograph, photographers usually first arrange or pose its subjects before mixing collodion with bromide, iodide, or chloride, etc., etc., etc. What's changing in the answer choices? Compare the answer choices. What's changing? Pronouns are changing and some other confusing words are changing. Okay, so the question is testing, maybe testing pronoun. What can I eliminate here? What do first, when I see an underlined pronoun, I have to find its antecedent. What is the antecedent of its here? What subjects or whose subjects? What is the antecedent of the word its here? Wet plate pictures subjects. family. What is the antecedent? Whose subjects are we talking about? The photographers. And is this plural or singular? Not film. It is a photographer. Is it singular or plural, photographers? Quickly. Photographers is plural. Okay. So what are the answer choices? I can eliminate. What should I do with A? What should I do with A? Shall I kill A or keep A? Eliminate it. Okay. And B also goes between there and there. C or D. What should I keep? Eliminate. Okay. Mohammed started using short form. I should eliminate there. C also. And B is my answer. Now, this question was not testing its versus its, but as I've told you many times, it's, yeah, there is used for a place. You're right, Sarvagya. We should know the difference between these two. This question may not be testing that, but from this question, when I analyze my performance in this question, yes, you all did it very well. You got the answer right, but it's a good time to learn the difference between it's with an apostrophe, it's without an apostrophe. What's the difference between it's with an apostrophe and it's without an apostrophe? Some of you may know, but those who don't know will definitely need to get clarity on that. To check which one you need in a sentence, what is the difference? Understand the difference. It's is the possessive form of the pronoun it, whereas it's with an apostrophe is a contraction or a short form. Contraction means short form. Okay. So now, for example, the dog wagged its tail. Now, what is this? Is this sentence correct or wrong? Quickly. Sentence correct or not? Correct or wrong? Say correct or wrong. The dog wagged its tail. Is this word used correctly here? Correct. Because whose tail? The tail of the dog, the tail belonging to the dog. So for that, whenever you're using for possessive form, you should not put an apostrophe. Okay. And here, the word it's is a short form for it is. And here it is short for what in this sentence? It's is a short form for? It's been a long time since they visited us. It has. It has. Perfect. Very good, Abhijay. So these are contractions. Okay. So please take a screenshot if you have had this doubt or confusion. When should I put an apostrophe and when do I not need to put an apostrophe? Okay. So there was some revision of certain concepts which are important in pronouns. Actually, strictly speaking, to this particular slide is revising apostrophes, but it's commonly like it's usually mixed with the pronoun questions. So I thought it's a good idea to introduce this here. Okay, so don't get confused between there. This is they are and this is possessive form. This is it's, this is possessive form, this is contraction. Your versus your, whose versus whose. They sound the same, but they mean different things. Now, the left-hand side is the possessive form or the right-hand side? Put RHS or LHS. Which is the possessive form? LHS or RHS? Quick. LHS or RHS? Okay. Okay, LHS. Okay, great. Okay, so very good. So actually, just give me a second. Okay, so how have you been finding the questions so far and have you been enjoying what you've been learning? Where is the chat box? Just give me a second. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's now. So have you been finding this class interesting so far? Put a yes here if you have. Sorry for the brief interruption. Okay, so now I think Umme wants to join, right, Umme?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Welcome, Ume. Glad to see you back.
Yes. So, everyone, obviously, I've been seeing a lot of interaction, and since all of you have written yup in the chat box saying that, yeah, you're enjoying, we're glad that you are. And we'll continue with the questions once I'm done interrupting your class. So, just a brief of what we actually provide at Leap and how much quality we're providing at what we do. The first thing, if you join our Leap Scholars program, what do you gain from it, right? So first things first is 40 plus hours of classes, and these classes are going to be live. They're going to be specifically curated for you. These are not classes that are recorded. So you will get to interact with our faculty, which is very experienced, one-to-one whenever you need them, with 40 plus hours of in-class training and 10,000 plus practice questions. So to everyone in the beginning of the masterclass is asking me, I'm not sure how to prepare or how should we go further with SET and stuff. The best way is to start preparing by practicing the questions of SET themselves, and you have 10,000 in the bank. So what do you have to worry about, right? With one-on-one doubt solving. So like right now in the masterclass, you must have seen that Lalita ma'am is here every time that you have a doubt. She's here to clear it right on the spot, isn't it? So one-on-one doubt solving actually helps you further improve your scores every single time. And every single day that you keep practicing and coming up with doubts, every single day of the class will be able to help you through it. So yeah, and moving on to the next slide, with what more do we provide to you? We have personalized revision session. This is something that we are really happy when we come to provide this with, is personalized revision session, guys. So before your attempt, before you actually step into the hall, we actually sit with you. We specifically curate a revision session that brushes upon all of the concept studies and the entire syllabus, so that you are very well equipped before you enter that examination hall with everything in your mind very fresh, with live personalized learning and experienced faculty. So like I mentioned before, all of our classes are live. What it means when we say personalized learning is that our sessions are specifically curated according to the concepts and syllabus of SAT. So our faculty sit with you and make sure that you understand each and every point of that syllabus. And of course, like Lalita ma'am here, more than has 25 years in the field of education. Similarly, all of our faculty members have more than a decade of experience in teaching students for SAT. And who better to guide you than someone who's already walked down that path, right? And moving on to the next slide, so there's much more. So 30 plus mock tests with detailed feedback by faculty. So if you join our courses, not one, not two, not three, but 30 plus mock tests are waiting for you all. So, and some of the mock tests during our course, we take it up with you so that our faculty actually tracks your progress, helps you through that feedback, and makes you understand how to further improve on your strengths and your weaknesses. And you're going to have 30 plus mock tests with you to practice before your attempt, and lifetime access of recordings. So what's the best part about lifetime access is that, let's say you've given your May attempt or an August attempt and you're still planning to give the October attempt, but your course with us has finished. You can still go back to all of the recordings of our live classes, rewatch them, and brush upon your concepts anytime you need them to be brushed upon. So that's the best part about lifetime access. And having said everything that we provide, let's get to the batch details, shall we? So we have two batches for you all. First is the weekday batch, which lasts for 5 weeks starting on 5th of May. And today is the 5th of May. If you, yes, if you pay attention. So today, if you want to register, I am urging you all to register right now, given your names, because you're going to be missing a really great opportunity. It's from Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., 1.5 hours of live classes, Monday to Friday, if you take the weekday batch. And then we have the weekend batch, which lasts for 8 weeks, and it's starting on 14th of May. So that's hardly less than 10 days from today. It is going to be on Saturdays from 6 to 8:30, 2.5 hours class, and on Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., which is in the morning. And the price for the course is on your screen. And yes, we would urge you to register. And having said all of that, there is a poll.
I have something to say here.
Yes, ma'am.
8 weeks. So if they want to join the weekend course for the August attempt, it is high time. Like this is the time to join. Otherwise, they'll have to go for the weekday course.
Yes.
That is something they have to keep in mind. Joining early is always good.
And, like what if Ayushman, well, that is not something. The most we can provide is the master classes and a glimpse of concepts to you, but that's not what we do.
Ayushman, on the internet, you can get mock tests,
Yes,
but
you
you
can get.
won't get feedback and analysis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no,
For
I don't
that,
think you will get even 30 mock tests, ma'am. On the internet, there are only, on the College Board official website and official test papers, there are only 4 mock tests, right?
no, that is the College Board mock tests. There are 8.
Yeah.
They can probably scout the internet and get from different sources. But to understand how to analyze a test, all those skills are extremely important to me, as we know,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Don't you agree?
I
So they
agree.
have to experience that how to analyze the test. It's not enough to go on taking test after test. How do you change your score from test to test? What do you do differently? If you do the same thing, you will get the same score in all the 30 tests. Let's say you download the 30 tests from wherever. You will not get any different score unless you understand what is wrong, how to correct it. 2 things. Yeah. So for that, you need help.
Yes.
That's
And
my personal opinion.
I agree with this opinion, ma'am. And like we mentioned, 5 weeks and 8 weeks for the August attempt, the weekend batch will work perfectly. And the earlier you start preparing, the more chance you have in finishing off your dream score in 1 attempt or 2 attempts. So, yeah. By having said this, there is a poll that I've just launched, guys. Is basically asking, yes, full time. It's basically asking for your feedback, and it's important that you give it to us. It's hardly going to take like 0.3 seconds, and then I'll let you get back to your English questions. So, yeah, and I got a grade of a.
Yash Patil, you are a good advertisement for us.
And he's saying, guys, this is a go. Just don't give it a second thought. And I think everyone should be listening to
I
Yash,
feel
not
like
just.
joining.
True, true. Thank you so much, Yash, for the kind words. And yes, guys, it is an opportunity. It's a serious one because you must have seen in the masterclass itself the kind of quality that we are providing, the kind of interaction, and the kind of learnings that we are helping you gain. I don't think it's something that you're going to find elsewhere. So I would request anyone who's interested in joining or would like to talk to our team about further details. I have listed down the contact details in the chat box, but please type in your names for those who want to join so our team can catch up with you first things first. So yeah, and I think you all have given the poll, guys. There are only like 3.
3 more
Sir,
of you. Why don't you just join the poll, please? You said you're delighted with the class, so why don't you just finish the poll?
and
You're just in 9th grade, but you're doing so well, Sarvagya. Amazing.
the one thing I would suggest is, Sarvagya, if you're telling this in order of like whether you should join the course or not, Sarvagya, your SET scores are valid for the next 5 years. So you don't have to worry about it. And the earlier you give your SET scores and get done with it, like I said, you'll be able to focus more on your extracurriculars. And you have to also focus on your 11th and 12th grade marks as well, right? They count as well. So I would suggest you get done with your SETs right now in 9th and 10th and then start focusing on your career more.
Perfect. Perfectly said. Okay, so.
All right. So I think we can move further. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you all for participating. Good idea, Sarvagya is saying. Good. Okay, students, are you ready to go back to pronouns? I am ready. Okay, so I'm going to go back to pronouns here. So what should I do first when I see a question? Now I'm not going to tell you things. I'm going to ask you things. What should I do first? What is the first step? First step is? Hello. What is the first step when I see a question? Can you hear me? Please say yes if, yeah, okay. So first step is to read. So I'm going to read now. So what should I read? I should read the sentence. It was the brainchild of former journalist MP wanting to take a practical stand in a throwaway culture. I don't know. It doesn't sound wrong, but it doesn't sound right. Should I read it again? Do you think I should read it again? No, we can't just eliminate the wrong option, Sarvagya. I have to go step by step. So I can't read it again because I simply don't have the time to go on reading and rereading. So after reading the sentence, I go and compare the answer choices. Wanting, whom wants, who wanted, she wants. What can I eliminate? What is changing here? Who versus whom, and then she and wanting. What can I eliminate here, students? What answer choices can I eliminate? What can I eliminate quickly? What should I do with A? B should be eliminated. Whom wants? Absolutely. This is an object pronoun. I need a subject pronoun. Very good. And no change should be eliminated because the meaning changes if I say it was the brainchild of former journalist MP wanting to take a practical stand. That changes the meaning and it doesn't give you a correct meaning also. So A is out. Who wanted or she wanted? She wanted to take a practical stand in a throwaway culture. Also sounds right. So should I eliminate C or D? What should I eliminate? Which is wrong? Quickly. You all are becoming quite fast. I should eliminate C. No, I shouldn't eliminate C. I should eliminate D. But why is D wrong? Lisa or Mohammed, why is D wrong? She wanted to take a practical stand is fine, right? So why is D wrong? Anyone? Give me one short word. One word is the reason for D being wrong. What is that? This? No, it is that not because of that. The rest of the her goals are there. No, Sarvagye. I don't know. So this is a comma here. Now please listen very carefully. When I put she wanted to take a practical stand, this is a sentence. It was the brainchild of former journalist is a sentence. Two sentences cannot be joined by a comma or separated by a comma, whatever it is. But when I put who wanted to take a stand, the second part is a fragment. When I put who wanted to take a stand, it becomes a fragment and you can have a sentence and a fragment separated by a comma. So she wanted to take a practical stand in a throwaway culture is a full sentence, cannot have a comma between two sentences. Who wanted to take a practical stand is a fragment, can be separated by a comma. Got it? Did you understand? So this who wanted is called this word who is called a relative pronoun. Did you understand, students? This is a very important point. Very commonly tested on the SAT. Okay? Very, very important. Okay, I'm just going to, sorry, what is F? I don't know what you fragment is not a sentence, an incomplete sentence is called a fragment. Just a few words or even a full-fledged, like who wanted to take a stand is a complete structure with a verb and a subject, but it doesn't make complete sense. Okay, it cannot stand by itself. That's called a fragment. Okay, what about subject pronouns and object pronouns? When should I use who and when should I use whom? I think you all know that pretty well. Okay, that's what you're asking. Okay, good. To check which is correct in a sentence, put he whenever you see who, and whenever you see whom, put him and see. Okay. So let's see. Richard, who is my best friend, knows how to use who and whom. Now here I have the word who. Now if I replace it with he or him, which one works here? He is my best friend or him is my best friend? He is my best friend or him is my best friend? He. So who is correct here? Got it? Now let's look. He is my best friend. Richard, whom I admire, is a whiz at grammar. Now I admire him or I admire he, which is correct? I admire him or I admire he? Him. So whom I admire. Okay. This is, I'm just giving you a brief idea. In detail, if you want me to explain, I will do that in another masterclass. Okay. So Richard, for whom I bought a gift. I bought a gift for him. So here whom is correct. So just take a screenshot of this, analyze it. If you still need clarity, then in the next masterclass. Okay. Take a screenshot quickly, please. Done. If you say done, I'll go on to the next slide. If one of you say done, just type done in the chat box. Yes, thank you. Okay, so here I have just one question, students, not two questions. Thank you, Ankit and Sid. Sid Bose, I'm seeing you again. Great to see you again. Okay, so here I have two questions. I am not going to test you on question 3. I'm not giving you answer choices, but what word do you think this is correct or wrong? 3. Just say correct or wrong. Hello, Sid. Correct or wrong? 3 is correct or wrong? Question 3. Say right or wrong quickly. Yes? Right or wrong? 3. Whom depicted? These people were immortalized in the works of W.C. Who depicted? Why should it be who depicted? Villa Cather, subject. Okay, so this is wrong. Okay, but we are not testing that. Now we are going to look at Cather, an author which lived in Nebraska during the late 19th century, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now what is changing in the answer choices? The relative pronouns are changing. So what is the one which I should eliminate? What are the answers I should eliminate? Do I need which, who, that, or which without a comma? So what should I eliminate here? I should eliminate A and B because they use the word which. Which cannot be used for people. It can only be used for things. Now that also on the SAT cannot be used for people, but there is one more punctuation requirement for that. D cannot be used. Okay. So C is right and you are right. You did that extremely fast. C is the answer. I will give you one tip about which and that also in the next slide. Okay. So did you understand this? I'm just going fast because you understood it. Okay. Is that okay? Okay. So now very quickly, we will go to question 2, not question 1. Question 1 you can try for homework because I have not given you the answer choices. Now read the sentence. I want everyone to pay attention. This is a very important question. Young children and elderly people are two groups that often nap, and napping is an important aspect of many cultures. Okay. Here, what can I eliminate here? Now you have to understand here that the commas are changing in different places. Now please remember, if I put a comma here and here, that means this part is extra information. So that means if I remove this part, the sentence should still make sense. So read and see. Young children and elderly people are two groups, and napping is an important aspect of many cultures. Is there a difference in meaning? There are two groups that often nap. Do you need this? Is this that often nap? Is it essential to the meaning of the sentence or not essential? It is essential to the meaning of the sentence. So I cannot have A as the answer because if I have commas on two sides, this becomes non-essential, extra information. But it is essential. These words that often nap is essential to the meaning of the sentence. Similarly, I cannot have these. This has wrong commas. So this is correct. This is the correct answer. This is testing essential and non-essential information. So the words that often nap is essential to the meaning of the sentence. Got it? Groups that, comma, after, yeah, this is wrong, extra comma here. In the class on punctuation, I have done this in great detail. So I have a short tip here with which we will close our class. So whenever you see a relative pronoun on the SAT, as you already knew, we should use who and whom for people, when for time, where for place, which and that for anything other than a person, and whose is used for people or things. I would suggest you take a screenshot of this also. Quickly. Very, very quickly. Say done when you're done. Say done, then I will go on. I have one more important piece of information for you. Yes. Okay. So here, the last important tip I'm giving you. Relative pronouns can be tricky because they come with a punctuation requirement. I told you about essential and non-essential information. Okay. The iPad that has a fancy cover is mine. Now, is this information that has a fancy cover, is it essential to the meaning of the sentence or not? Quick. Say yes or no. Essential to the meaning of the sentence or not? Yes. Because if I just say the iPad is mine, which iPad? That has a fancy cover. So I shouldn't put commas here. Okay. I shouldn't put commas here. But if it is not essential, then I should put a comma. So here, the iPad was created by Apple. I am putting commas for which connects to the iCloud because even without this, the iPad was created by Apple. Makes sense. This is extra information. not essential information. So I'm putting these two commas. Got it? Okay, so with that, we have come to the most important part of our course now. Some important information from Umme, who's the expert on this. I'm going to invite her. Umme,
Yes, ma'am.
please. Yeah.
All right. So before we further move on what entails our UG counseling program, I would like to ask you all a very very normal question, and that is to rate the session in the polls. Did you like it? Was it helpful? Was it informative? Was it something that actually made you learn something, something that you haven't known before, or something that has not been taught to you before? So I'm pretty sure that looking at the interaction that you all liked it. Hopefully, you can let us know in the chat box as well whether this session was helpful for you all and whether you enjoyed it or not, and also in our polls. Coming back to UG counseling, while you all give the polls, I would like your attention. So, undergraduate counseling is also something that's taken up by LEAP. And in my advice, it is a bit essential because, at the age that you people are standing, you all must have been confused about which college to choose, whether it's the right choice or not, or which field to actually pursue in your future. And that's when someone who, can guide you to the right path comes in, right? And that is what is undertaken at LEAP with our UG counseling programs. The first thing that we do is profile building that helps you stand out from the crowd. We talked so much about profile building in this masterclass, even before starting the masterclasses. So basically, what we do is we help you get courses that are available online or the courses that you would like to pursue. We can also help you get volunteering work or internships, or we can help you enlist internship work that can help you build your profile. And we can help you furthermore on your extracurriculars and get you achievement certificates that are required, or get you enrolled into things that you like doing that can boost your profile. Second thing that we also do is college shortlisting, right? So like I talked about, it can be confusing about which is the right choice for you and which is not. So the best thing that you can do is sit with the panel of our counselors, have your college shortlisted, make a list of your priority colleges which you want to approach first and which are going to be best suited for your career, with help in SOP, LOR, and essays. So SOPs are basically essays that are asked by the college before your admission, talking about your personality, or it can be about anything, right? SOP is just an detailed analysis of who you are as a person by you. So, SOPs are something that the college actually pays attention to. So we help you edit them. We also give you access to SOPs that are written by alumni of Harvard or Ivy League colleges that can help you further write better essays, and advisory on scholarship with financial guidance. So this is so important, right? Abroad education can be a bit on the expensive end, and that is why you can have a lot of scholarships that you can enlist into. And at LEAP, we also help you get those scholarships, as well as we also guide you further to financial aids as well with visa assistance. This is like one of the most important points that we provide, is we help you in your visa mock interviews and your visa documentation. For everyone who is trying to get into colleges of US, Canada, or UK, you will have to go through a visa process that will require a visa interview. I'm sure you must have heard visa interviews are not so easy to crack. So we also do mock interviews and demos of interviews with you for your visa. And we also help you get the documentation in place in the sequence that is required so that you don't have any problems. Other than these things that are listed, there's much more we do at our counseling. And moving on to Aryan's slide, before that, I would just like to mention this one point is, at our counselings, we also help you get a lot of help from people who have already been to Ivy Leagues. We have a panel of counselors that belong or who are the alumni of Ivy League colleges. And one of them is, I think on the next slide, one of the counselors on our panel is Aryan. She is an alumni of Harvard herself. I'm pretty sure you must have heard of Harvard. She's also an alumni of Georgetown University, which is one of the top ranking universities in the world. It's one of the most competitive universities you'll find today. And she's also a board member of Harvard Alumni Entrepreneurs. And for those who are, looking forward to making their career actually bright, Aryan is the one person who can actually help get you to your destination and to your college. So yeah, that is all about our courses and more mentors, right? We talked about a panel of mentors. So I'll just take you through where our mentors have graduated from. We have mentors who have graduated from Stanford. Stanford ranks second in the world, from Brown, which is an Ivy League college, from Yale, from Princeton. All three of them are Ivy Leagues. Then from University of California and Purdue, again, the top 10 ranked universities in the world. And our mentors are graduates from there and they're alumni of these universities. And coming to the next slide, where have our students been admitted to, right? Like you must have been asking, okay, this is all about you all, but what have you done for the kids, right? So our faculty has helped the kids get a score that got them admitted into Ivy League colleges. We have students at Yale University, at Cornell, at UC Davis, Berkeley, UC San Diego, New York, University of Illinois, University of Southern California, Duke, Northwestern, Rice. All of these names, I'm pretty sure you must have come across. If not, please type down these names on your website right now and check up on them, because these colleges are the top 20 colleges in the world. So you understand the kind of level and the kind of quality that we're here to provide. And we have three types of mentorship programs. First is the Ivy Advising Program, which is about getting mentored for Ivy Leagues by an Ivy League advisor and Ivy League alumni. Second is Global Advising Program, where it's end-to-end service. Whatever I've just mentioned, that all entails in all of these three programs. And then the third one is the Elite Advising Program, which is experienced help and shortlisting of all the colleges that you've got through, as well as the other things that I've mentioned in the previous slides. So having said all of that, this sums up all of the UG counseling part of our courses. So if any of you who's here, who's interested in taking up either our ICT Plus course or our UG counseling programs, please type down your names in the chat box so that our team or I can contact you further. Just a reminder, I'm pretty sure, okay, perfect. All of you have given the poll. Thank you so much, guys. And 100% of you have said that you loved the session. It was informative and interactive. So thank you so much for that as well. We're glad. And all the credits go to Lalita ma'am. She is here. She's
all the students who participated so actively. It's a pleasure. I would just like to add one sentence as a surprise to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Just one sentence. Students, there's one more message here. Just a minute.
Okay. Ma'am, that's just me providing.
Okay, fine. Yeah. There's just something I wish to bring to your attention if you already don't know that. That is, why are more and more Indian students taking up the SAT? So do you think the SAT is only for studying in America? What do you think, Umme? What is your answer to this question?
No, it's for much more countries.
Many more countries, right? Yeah. Can I study in India with this test? So, Umme, did you know there are 45 universities in India which have started accepting the SAT for admission?
I did not know that, ma'am.
So I want the students to take a screenshot of this and go to this link and check it out. So better than, like, instead of me explaining for half an hour, you just go check out which colleges in India accept. For those who are really interested in studying in India, there are plenty of opportunities. Like if you get a very good course here, why not? Right? What do you think, Umme?
Absolutely, ma'am.
And also I would like students to know that why SAT is so attractive even for Indian universities. They have this India Scholars Program. You can again Google that. You will get a waiver for the SAT test. You will get a discount if you can prove that your income is below a certain number, and you also get tuition fee waiver on your courses. More details, of course, they will be available when you go and check out on the link mentioned. So the SAT is more attractive because you can take it many times, unlike the JEE or something else, which comes once a year and is so scary and all that. So, and you can prepare by yourself if you feel you are competent. There is no ranking like first, second, all of those. And like Ume just mentioned, if you just get our help and build your profile holistically, the all-round development of your profile, not just subject knowledge, right? So extracurricular, academics, everything is taken care of. So because the SAT tests all the skills that you learn in high school and you will need at college, this is a wonderful opportunity for you. So go ahead, take the SAT, but before that, join our course and benefit. That is all I have to say here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we can take up any questions any of you all have regarding anything, or we could end the session here if there are no questions. Or if you all want to give in your names for joining either of our courses or the counseling session. I'll give you like 10 seconds to type in your questions, guys. Otherwise, we could end the session. Do we have to give?
Yeah, yes.
Even
Yeah, Umme will answer that.
yeah. So Yash, if you're interested in applying into US or Canadian universities, you do not have to give IELTS. But if you're looking into UK universities, United Kingdom, then yes, IELTS is a compulsory exam needed for admissions into UK universities.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you. Who's PP? It's gone
Preet
up.
Patel. Yeah.
Preet, thank you, Preet. Thank you all so much.
And Yash, I hope I answered that for you. Any further questions you all have?
Yash is going to be there with us. He's going to ask us those questions in the class.
We're so happy for that.
Yes, me too.
All right. Since there are no questions, we'd like to end the session here. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. Please take care of yourselves. Hope you all have an amazing session and hope you all join us. I
Ankit
think
has a
Ankit,
question.
yeah, okay, we have a lot of questions. All counseling out of 2 years, can I do it in 1 year? Ankit, yes, there is an option. If you want to personalize your counseling, you can talk to our mentors. Ankit, shall I note down your name so our team can contact you about it? But you can take up counseling for 1 year as well. And Preet, what if we have low GPA? Can we compensate with SET score? Preet, at a certain level, yes, SET scores can compensate for your low GPA. But then again, GPA is an average score. It's not one grade or 1 mark particularly. It's an average score. So yeah, and you can always balance it out with your extracurriculars. Academics is just 50% of it. So don't worry about it. You can obviously compensate. And Ankit, yep, I will take down your name. My team will contact you, I think, latest by today or tomorrow, and you can have a word with them. Meanwhile, anyone else who wants to, join up or like join in, sorry for the grammatical errors, guys. You all can register here. These are the contact details that I'm mentioning. Yep. All right. So, since no further questions, thank you for joining in. Take care of yourselves. Have an amazing evening ahead, guys.
Thank you.